Hey there folks, it's me, Dr. Groovy. Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com with another of many guitars that I purchased this week. As you can tell from the title, yeah, this is from the Acoustic One series. They've done like 3 sets of them. This is the Eagle from 2004. Electric, blah blah blah. Bang, bang, weird scarf joint thing going on here, so that wouldn't be real strong if it fell. I wish all the kids out there would know what BC Rich used to be when Bernie Rico, of course, put this whole thing together. They made some amazing, amazing stuff. Acoustics included, that was the first thing anyway. Great acoustics. Just go on eBay and, find the expensive ones. Some will fetch 15 grand, most will fetch about 1,700 to 2,500 bucks. And same thing with their old electrics, just amazing money. The Eagle has landed. So the old Eagles in the 70s, great guitars, but somewhere along the way it all went wrong and you guys are stuck with these and other things. But I got this strictly because I like the funky things, the Flying V acoustics there from Takamine. I did order a Flying V Dean thing that's like this big. It'll be here in like tomorrow, I think. But just to have one. And I got a few Dean guitars. I got 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or something. I was just on a Dean kick just because I didn't have any. So anyway, the electronic sliders are kind of stuck. That's what I'm going to work on here right after this. Just from, it looks like the original battery was stuck in there and kind of exploded, and so it's got battery explosion spewage everywhere. So I've cleaned that up enough to be able to plug it in for you at least to make you hear it, or let you hear it, not make you hear it. If you're interested, this here actually says model number Eagle N for natural. That's it. Okay, so again, 2004. Here's the actual specs. Do a quick rundown. See, you got the body material is ash with a quilted maple top. Neck is mahogany, fingerboard rosewood, fret wire medium jumbo, 20 frets. Scales 25.25. Diamond inlays. Head style, or headstock style, classic. Okay. Hardware is the black chrome. Sealers are sealers. The tuners are sealed die cast. BC Rich Electronics. They later on went and put some. Who are those guys that put them in everything else? Fishman. After these, because I'm not totally impressed with the electronics, but they will work. And Rosewood Bridge. So anyway, that's what you get. And it's actually set up amazingly well. I highly doubt that the former owner did it, but I mean, it plays perfect everywhere, doesn't fart out, and the action is just amazing. So I will use it, and that's why I got it. You just have to have some of these type guitars to take to those type of gigs. You dictate, have the dictate. Dictate which instruments you take to the gigs, by how rough the gig is going to be. Yeah, and I'll still play those heavy-duty, hardcore honky-tonks, and then bring an acoustic like this and a Mexican Fender or something, and I'm good to go, and leave all the good stuff at home and until you go to play a prestigious gig and blah, 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 blah. So let me plug this thing in there, or actually just turn it up, see what we got. Here we go, volume. Let's get down to the guitar. I'm not going to do much on it, but just show you. It's actually a pretty cool guitar for what it is. So if you want to check one out, again, I got mine for 200 bucks. They came with a gig bag. Originally no case or anything. But actual bass boost on here. Okay, so you're got your low battery light, your volume, your presence, treble, mid, bass, so 4 actual bands of EQ, volume. Then you've got a super bass boost right here, like some of your really cheap boom boxes. So you actually, so your 5th band of EQ. So you've got huge bass. So why anybody would want that, I don't know, because that's the first thing to start feeding back on stage is low end rumble. But it doesn't allow you to notch it out or anything. But I think it's a beautiful guitar. I love the fact that it's shaped the way it is, and that it's oddball, blah blah blah. And then of course they made some that had 2 humbuckers, and then that were really thin, and other ones that had little holes like the Adamus from Ovation, things that were really thin, that shaped like the Warlocks and all that stuff. But it's just a cool guitar, and it actually happens to just play great. So, and of course with piezo pickups, you'll see on YouTube that, you know, people put them in cement blocks and make guitars out of them, blah blah. So it's going to sound the same no matter what you put it in. If it's a piezo pickup, then it does not matter what you put it in. It's just going to sound as good as your preamp is, and then as good as your PA is. Okay, so that's about it. It's just a guitar to be on the lookout for. I think it's cool for what it is. 4 is cool for a recent BC Rich. You know, again, we know most of them are totally garbage, but every now and then you find a diamond in the rough, and I hope you guys find one. I wouldn't spend more than $200 for it, but again, it's going to be a go-to guitar because it feels great under my hands. Everything about it feels great. Like I said, I'm just going to get the Deoxit D5, take care of all the sliders and stuff, and it'll be fine and ready to roll. I've got a couple places that I'll fill in, a couple dings, put some polyurethane in there and wet sand that out, and, you know, clean up just a couple rough edges. But I hope you at least enjoyed checking this out, and just know that it's out there. That's the reason I do any of them, just so you know they're out there. I'm the king of the weird guitars. Because I'm weird. So it's self-indulgent. You guys be groovy. I'll be back to show you some new guitars, and another one from John Billion. Just talked to him a couple days ago, so he's going to send me a one of only 2 guitars ever made. It's a copy of one of the Wolfgangs, but he calls it Mozart because it was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, which is kind of cool. He asked me if I wanted one with the Floyd Rose. I was like, nah, but it's cool. All his stuff has, every single guitar has coil splitting on it, so that's cool. And hey, it even comes stock with the roller bridge. So we're kind of on the same page. Been talking a little bit lately. Cool dude. And again, a lot of the Dean stuff coming in shortly, so I'll show you that. And ukulele I've been working on, and it's very cool too. So you guys be groovy, and of course I will be too. Later, kids. Bye.